Celtics face road challenge against Timberwolves. The Boston Celtics are gearing up for an intense test as they begin their road game stretch. With key injuries and a resilient opponent ahead, the team must prepare to overcome yet another obstacle in their quest for an NBA championship repeat. Guard Jrue Holiday, always confident, emphasized the team's fighting spirit. Teams are challenging us more and more. The game is getting more physical, and that's a good thing. I think it benefits us because we can respond in kind. The first matchup of this four-game stretch will be against the Minnesota Timberwolves on Thursday in Minneapolis. However, despite the high morale following a dominant 54-point victory over the Raptors to start the new year, the Celtics have reasons for concern. Injuries weigh on Celtics strategy. A recent medical update has cast doubt on the availability of two key players. Jaylen Brown, listed as questionable with a right shoulder strain. Brown has been a consistent force for the team, averaging 24.4 points, 6.0 rebounds, and 4.6 assists in 28 games this season. Kristaps Porzingis, dealing with a left ankle sprain, is also questionable. The forward has missed the last 3 games but was contributing 18.3 points and 6.4 rebounds in his 11 starts this season. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves face less impactful absences. Rookie Rob Dillingham and backup Luka Garza are both sidelined with ankle sprains. The threat of Anthony Edwards. Minnesota will lean on the explosive talent of Anthony Edwards, who leads the team with an average of 24.8 points per game and a 44.3% field goal percentage. Alongside him, Julius Randle has been consistent, adding 19.9 points and 6.9 rebounds per game. However, head coach Chris Finch highlighted a weakness that could prove decisive: ball control. After a 113-105 loss to the Thunder in a game marked by 23 turnovers, Finch stated, "If we don't make so many mistakes, we can control this game." No question about it. A positive for Boston is the return of Jrue Holiday, who made an immediate impact in Tuesday's game. After missing 3 games, he scored 14 points and hit 4 of 5 three-pointers. In a light-hearted comment about his recovery, Holiday joked, "Maybe the impact on my shoulder aligned everything. It's working better now." Head coach Joe Mazzulla has been pushing the team to adopt a more aggressive defensive approach, something Holiday embraced wholeheartedly. "I like being active and trusting my instincts. Getting deflections, starting fast breaks. That's my game. I have fun being more active." Tatum, Brown, and White shine in early All-Star game voting. The magic of green is alive and well, and the Celtics nation has plenty to celebrate. The first results of the voting for the 2025 All-Star Game have been released, and 3 Boston Celtics stars are already standing out among the favorites: Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Derek White. Impressive numbers. Among the frontcourt players in the Eastern Conference, Tatum leads the Celtics charge, ranking second with nearly 1.4 million votes. Just behind him, Brown sits in 5th place with 433,636 votes, reinforcing his standing among the league's best. In the backcourt, Derek White also makes his debut among the top 10, securing the 10th spot with 120,000 votes. With an average of 28.3 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game, Tatum is determined to make his 6th All-Star Game appearance. His consistent play on the court and undeniable leadership place him not only as a favorite for the event but also as a potential MVP candidate for the season. Jaylen Brown, overcoming an early season hip injury, is on the rise. With 3 games of 30-plus points in the last 5 matchups, he's proving he's more than ready for his 4th All-Star Weekend appearance. So far, he's averaging 24.4 points, 6.0 rebounds, and 4.6 assists per game, showing that his growth is ongoing. Although he hasn't yet made an All-Star appearance, Derek White is building a strong case. Averaging 16.8 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 4.6 assists per game, he is also a defensive pillar, with a combined average of 2.2 steals and blocks per game. His ability to contribute on both ends of the court sets him apart. If you want to see these stars at the 2025 All-Star Game, now's the time to vote. Visit here and help ensure Boston's green is well represented on the biggest stage in the NBA. What's your prediction? Will Tatum, Brown, and White all make it to the All-Star Game together? Boston Celtics face new obstacle despite historic victory. On New Year's Eve, the Boston Celtics appear to have found the solution to their recent struggles. After a rough stretch, their worst of the season so far, which included 4 losses in 6 games, the defending NBA champions desperately needed a boost. However, the visit from the Toronto Raptors, who were in the midst of a dreadful 10-game losing streak, brought hope to the fans at TD Garden. And the Celtics delivered. An explosive second half secured a 125-71 victory, the second largest margin of victory in franchise history. On the other hand, it was also the worst loss the Raptors had ever suffered in their 30 years of existence. But not everything was cause for celebration. Brown and Porzingis injured. While the victory should have capped the night on a high note, attention quickly shifted to a concerning scene. Jaylen Brown, the team's second leading scorer and a three-time All-Star, was seen on the bench with an ice pack on his right shoulder. Boston Herald reporter Zach Cox noted that Brown was flexing his shoulder during the game, a sight that raised many eyebrows. The confirmation came the following day. The injury report listed Brown as questionable for the upcoming game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. As if that wasn't enough, Kristaps Porzingis, who had already been sidelined due to a left ankle sprain suffered on Christmas, was also still listed as doubtful. Porzingis, who had missed the first 17 games of the season due to ankle tendon surgery, has played in only 11 games this year, and had to leave early in 3 of them due to new injuries. Injuries are dragging down the Celtics. As the Celtics try to regain their championship form, injuries have been a real nightmare. The team's starting 5, Brown, Porzingis, Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Derek White, have played together for just 85 minutes over 6 games. This places the Celtics in a modest 39th place among the league's 5-player combinations. To put this into perspective, last year, the Celtics starting 5 ranked 6th overall in minutes played together. Now, the team faces a brutal challenge on the road. After the matchup against Minnesota, the Celtics will face the Houston Rockets, who are in excellent form, followed by the Western Conference leaders, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and finally, the 2023 champions, the Denver Nuggets. Can the Celtics overcome these challenges? Or are we witnessing the beginning of an unexpected collapse? Bombshell Celtics trade involves Kristaps Porzingis. When the Boston Celtics acquired Kristaps Porzingis last season, it seemed like they had found the final piece of the puzzle. The Latvian giant not only provided a dominant presence in the paint, but also the ability to shine beyond the three-point line. However, the shadow of injuries continues to hover over Porzingis, and this fragility raises doubts about his ability to lead the Celtics in their pursuit of a championship. Now, an ambitious trade scenario has emerged, in which the team makes a bold move to acquire another All-Star and strengthen their center position. Impactful trade proposal. The idea involves a multi-team deal, where the Celtics, Chicago Bulls, and Minnesota Timberwolves join forces in a blockbuster trade. Celtics receive Nikola Vucevic and Torrey Craig. Bulls receive Julius Randle, a 2025 first-round pick from the Celtics, and second-round picks from the Timberwolves in 2026 and 2031. Timberwolves receive Kristaps Porzingis and Dallin Terry. High stakes, real benefits. Although Porzingis shone in his return to the NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, his absence for much of the playoffs revealed a problem. The Celtics are vulnerable without a reliable center. Al Horford, despite his experience, showed signs of decline in last postseason, leaving the frontcourt rotation weakened. This is where Nikola Vucevic comes in, offering a consistent and healthy presence. Vucevic, known for his durability, has played at least 73 games in each of the past 3 seasons for the Bulls. Additionally, he is also a long-range offensive weapon, with a 45.5% three-point shooting percentage this season. Why does this trade make sense for Boston? With Vucevic's arrival, the Celtics could ensure better availability. Porzingis' health is a constant concern. Reduce salary penalties. The new CBA requires payroll cuts to avoid severe restrictions. Maintain the core of the team. The trade keeps the pillars of the team intact while adding depth to the roster. Hey Celtics fanatics! What do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.